Manager Dave Roberts just last week predicted a Dodgers World Championship. Are you like me? Are you kind of watching spring training and wondering if he was a little premature in that? Hi, I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is Faithful Angelenos. It's March 28th. I am back in the hellscape of Des Moines, Iowa for a little while longer, trying to get some extra money in Joe Biden's America. We've been doing these videos for about a month, and if you like the content, by all means, click the like button. Click the subscribe button. There's a notifications bell on YouTube. Hit that. Because after all, we're putting out a new video between 9 and 10 a.m. every single day talking LA sports. Sharing is caring. Put the feed on your social media accounts. Trying to build a following, and by all means, comment. I am not God. I don't know everything. So before we get to the main topic, let's start with a quick look at the scoreboard. New Orleans, let's do the nasty. They defeated the Lakers 116-108. Ouch. The Lakers blew a 23-point lead in the game. Then LeBron James got hurt. Lakers are only one game up on San Antonio with 8 games left to play, and that's just to qualify in the playoff round. Now, I'd like to give you some analysis, but I can't stomach watching this team. I just can't. I would rather type in closed captioning for a televised Chief Keef concert than to watch Laker basketball. I would rather sit over a dunk tank filled with Charlie Sheen's bodily excretions than to watch Laker basketball. It's ugh. Meanwhile, Seattle, the Kraken, they'll come in, they'll play the Kings tonight at 7:30. Hockey's fun. There is that. News and notes before we get to the main topic. Talk about the Dodgers first. They have done the right thing. They signed Andrew Toles to a minor league contract. Now, Toles, he had a cup of coffee with them about 3 years ago. He hasn't played baseball professionally in 3 years. This is the right thing because it gives him access to health care. And he allegedly has a history of mental health problems. So, bully for the Dodgers. Good idea. In addition to that, what can I tell you? Los Angeles Rams general manager Les Snead has said that, you really can't replace Von Miller. We know. Look, you're the defending Super Bowl champs. We're happy with you. We're hopeful we're pretty confident you have a plan B and a plan C. There are options to not there, though. We know. Von Miller's one of one. We get it. I just feel like there could have been the time could have been better spent trying to figure out how to fit Bobby Wagner at the inside linebacker into the salary cap than telling us something we already know. USC basketball. Last week, Ethan Anderson joined the transfer portal, and I am going to miss him because 2 more players have entered the transfer portal, and I'll never be able to pronounce their names. Ethan Anderson I can pronounce. Boubacar Coulibaly? I don't even mean any disrespect. I hope I got it right. Max Abonkpolo? I hope. Good luck finding a school where the sports media knows how to say your name. Albert Pujols has left the Dodgers officially. He is returning to St. Louis. We can live with that. And the Lakers did a very Laker thing this last night. They have a new jersey patch up here. It is going to mention a Korean food maker, Bibigo. Insert your dog meat jokes somewhere else. I don't want to hear them. They're obvious. Hard pass. But I will say this. I find it very, very Laker for them to include a jersey patch about food when Joe Biden says we're all going to starve by the end of the year. Yeah. Get that money where you can, guys. Get that money where you can. Now the Dodgers, They start their opening, they open their season on April 8th. They'll be playing the Colorado Rockies. I'm cool with that. Having said that, this is not a complete baseball team, and I think most people would agree with that assessment. Are you concerned because it's not complete? Maybe we should. Not panic, but just sit there and go, okay, what are we really looking at here? Because look, spring training games, they don't count. You shouldn't put a lot of faith in the fact that the Dodgers started off 2-4. But there seems to be some drop-off in talent in certain parts of the roster. And by that, I mean, look, we know the lineup is going to produce, right? 3 MVPs in the lineup alone, 3 former MVPs. You start off with 2 former MVPs at the top of the lineup in right fielder Mookie Betts and then first baseman Freddie Freeman. There isn't an easy out here except former MVP Cody Bellinger. This is what I'm talking about with the holes. The guy has had 19 at-bats in preseason, and he has struck out 14 times. They're trying to reinvent his swing once again, and he claims it's going to work, and I'm saying you struck out 14 times, dude. Of the 5 times that he actually made contact, 3 of them went for singles. Nothing for an extra base hit. I'm concerned about Cody Bellinger. He did not play well last year. I realize he was an MVP a couple of years ago, but 14 strikeouts and 19 at-bats, I don't care if it's spring training or not. Fortunately, he's actually, if you were to project a Dodger lineup, he's actually down in the bottom third. That's how loaded this team is. I mean, the thing is, you try to look at a Dodger lineup and it's loaded, it's even overloaded, but where do you fit them, right? You have Freddie Freeman at first base, or do you? Does he DH? Max Muncy, You have, who starts at second base? Remember Gavin Lux? How he was the all-everything? You could argue that Chris Taylor or Max Muncy would start over him. Trey Turner is not going to be a problem, except for the fact that he's in a contract year and he's not necessarily bullish on re-signing with the Dodgers because I guess he's an East Coast guy. You know what you're going to get from Pollock. Betts is coming off an injured year, but hopefully, he's good. Betts, I've watched his career. Even when he was with Boston, he was up one year, kind of down the next. Amazing the next year, kind of down the next. He was down last year. I expect to bounce back. But as you can tell, everything in the lineup seems like it's going to work, except for Bellinger. Betts, Freeman, Trey Turner, Muncy, Will Smith with his 25 homers behind the plate, Justin Turner, he's in the 6 hole. You remember about 2-3 years ago, he was an MVP candidate? And then Bellinger, probably Taylor and AJ Pollock. Lots of power, lots of offense, and they're going to need it because in the starting rotation, we know about the top 3 guys, and unfortunately, we're starting to learn a little too much about everything after that. Walker Buehler, no question. He should be the starting pitcher, starting opening day pitcher. Julio Urias, no question. Clayton Kershaw, no question. Andrew Heaney, tons of questions. Andrew Heaney's in the 4 hole. Look, Andrew Heaney, there's just no getting around it. Just like Cody Bellinger, they can try to spin it as much as they want. He's faced 29 batters. 14 of them have reached base. 10 of those guys scored. That's not good when you're starting in about a week and a half. And in the meantime, they're going to say, okay, Tony Gonsolin, I can appreciate it. Tony Gonsolin at number 5, I'm good with that. I can appreciate it. They were talking earlier about Tyler Anderson, the guy that they got from, that they signed. He pitched last year in Pittsburgh and Seattle, and he's just not ready. And there was also some rumblings about David Price finally being David Price again. No, punt on that. He hasn't even pitched in spring training. So no, he's not near contributing all over again. Basically, what the Dodgers, in my opinion, are trying to do is they know what they have in the top three, and they are just going to hold their nose after that until about midway through the year. Hopefully, Dustin May comes back around the All-Star break, and they also have a couple of guys that they've already optioned to the minor leagues that hopefully might be able to push Tony Gonsolin a little bit. Ryan Pepio and Bobby Miller. The pen. They have yet to commit to a closer. You would think they would have given it to Blake Trinan because he has closing experience and he was lights out last year. There's no guarantee. Dave Roberts hasn't been committal yet. I'm not too concerned about the bullpen. I do believe that Brusdar Gratterall and Caleb Ferguson, I think they're going to be good. So they'll probably figure it out. Not too concerned there. But again, what is our standard here? Manager Dave Roberts set the standard. We want a world championship, and we're going to do it. There's too many holes for me to make that prediction. They didn't even win the division last year. I still believe they're a better team than the San Francisco Giants. But the Giants won the division last year. Of course, the Dodgers eliminated them. But yeah, you tell me. Are you bullish on that prediction last week from Dave Roberts? Is this a championship team? Currently constructed, I say no. Because you only have 3 out of 5 starters that you should have strong confidence in. You don't have a closer. Your number 4 starter is terrible in spring training. Bellinger has been terrible in spring training. And oh, by the way, we have no idea where to put Gavin Lux. And you don't want to have him replace Bellinger in the outfield. You saw what happened last year. I look forward to hearing your comments about this. Are the Dodgers, as currently constructed, am I wrong? Are they a championship team right now? Or what would you do to plug in these holes that are they're not minor, but they don't mean they suck either? What would you do? Look forward to it. If you enjoyed this content, by all means, tell people about it, like and subscribe to the channel. We do come out with a new video every single day. I'm James. Thank you very much for watching. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care. Bye-bye.